So I managed to pick up some more interior bits for the Impreza. Here we have a bunch of dash stuff from the STi. You can see we've got the STI shifter bezel thing. This is actually a pretty fancy suede shift boot. I don't know if that's factory or not. I don't think it is. It comes with the matching suede boot for the interior of the what is this thing called? It comes with the matching suede boot for the parking brake, and then we've got the, I guess, red stitched leather parking brake. I didn't specifically seek that out, but this part right here is what I was looking for, and I had to buy it all as a kit. And so I actually threw away this piece, which is specific to this model, by mistake when I got rid of my old chassis. Kind of needed this, so I went ahead and got, I also needed these parts down here. Went ahead and picked it all up locally from a guy who was parting out an STI, and $100 later we've got some interior bits, so why the hell not? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and install them in the Impreza. Let's see how it looks. Alright, so let's tear out the old stuff here. Just two screws in the storage compartment here. They're both Phillips. Let's see, I think this piece just comes off. Yeah, it's just sitting there. Probably not going to need this. And then we've got two up here. I have to look at the climate control and see. I don't know if this climate control will work or if I can use the one from the STI. Seems likely that I'll have to stick with this one, which, not a big deal. Alright. Some plastic clips on there. Okay, so this unbuckled the shift boot, not the shift boot, the parking brake boot. Get rid of this guy. Now, oh, there's one more Phillips screw right here. That looks like that. Put it on here. Car is not rolling. That is a good start. It's not a 10. Let's go with a 12. Two nuts and one bolt here. And there's also a screw on this side. So if you're also doing this, you probably want to undo this screw on the side that is essentially the parking brake lever, or parking brake sensor. Lets you know whether the parking brake is engaged or not, or lets the computer know to turn on the light on the dash, etc. And if you do it while it's not bolted down, that's the easiest time to do it. So, ye be warned. These things are kind of a pain in the ass. There's a wire and a stopper that goes through here, and the wire's got to come back out, one on each side, one for each wheel. Hopefully you don't struggle with that as I did. Essentially, you probably could get away with taking this off and reusing the old one, but I didn't really feel like doing that just now. guessing a pair of pliers will make this a lot easier. The more needly nosy the pliers, the better. Almost got it. There we go. That was kind of a pain, but it's only like the 38th time I've done it, so. Now here's the part where I said try to put the Ebrake switch on. Oh. Maybe they're smarter than I. They simply just unplug it. I never thought of that. So this time we're just going to unplug it. Genius. Alright, plug back in. Wow. Difficult. Not very difficult, actually. So essentially now what I'm doing is I just did up this side, and this side I'm going to do tighten the nuts down. There's one more bolt, which is this guy. Goes right in the front here. Put that in. Alright, test out the Ebrake cable now. Car is not moving. I was going to say I should adjust it, but that actually feels really good. I wonder if this cable was slightly shorter than the other one. Might have been. I actually like this a lot more. This is not even near as tall as the other one. So the other one used to come up to like maybe right there. Now it's you know, I can grab the Ebrake a lot easier. So that's good. I believe I'm gonna have to remove all of the front base plate here. Not be a big deal. Okay. So this is what the STi comes with. It's the climate control system. As you can see, this is what comes. It's a manual heater AC system. Don't think there's any way that that's going to be compatible. So we'll just roll with what we got. So this one's a little bit different than the other one that I had. And I think what I'm going to do is just put this on first, which is not something I was able to do on the other one. Nothing too serious. We've got 10mm nuts on these bolts that I have conveniently sitting around. And then just make sure they're on there nice and tight. And then really see how those line up. And how the top lines up here. Alright. That looks good. Yeah. Wow. Feels so much better compared to the other side. Here's another difference. So, like I said, the climate control is different. The STI's got this faceplate, and the Impreza just had this guy. So, there's no way we're using this faceplate, but they look similar enough that I believe this one should go on no problem. So, all we really have to do is make sure this is lined up, and there are 2 guide pins in there to line it up with. Might as well wait to put the whole faceplate on there because we've got a couple more pieces to go here. Let's look at the sides now. So there's this guy. Looks like it actually goes underneath of there. Yep, that looks lined up right. So again, this piece has a aux port from the factory, as well as a cigarette lighter. I do believe that there is no plug for the aux port, so if I want to do anything with that, I will be hacking it up. I bet someone else in the forums probably cares a lot more about that than I do, so maybe I'll see about that. But for now, I'm going to leave it there and just make sure everything else plugs in, i.e. the cigarette lighter, and it looks like the plug is exact for the cigarette lighter. And there you have it, that's plugged in. Alright, let's see how this goes. That's pretty simple. Pretty simple the way it goes together. That looks great. Just put this back in place and just see what it looks like with no stereo in yet. It's nice to have one of these little magnets hanging around for when you drop stuff, like I just did. Makes it pretty easy where my big fat fingers cannot fit. looks pretty fancy. Alright, so you can see this guy is a little bit shorter. It used to be about this high. You know, you get only one compartment here instead of two, but it's plenty big enough, and honestly I found the two kind of annoying. The top part would always break. Still 2 cup holders. The DC-CD switches are now just coin holders. Like I said, I've upgraded the Ebrake lever. It's got the red stitching from the STI. It's also got the boot that's felt here. And actually I have to turn this back inside out here, so I'll play with that in a minute. And then I've got the shift boot and the bezel from the STI, which is pretty fancy. Looks like I'll have to do some finagling with the diameter of the actual shifter here. And then this does have the aux port from the STI. I can either rig that up or make it work in some other manner. Not exactly sure what I'll do with that yet. And this bezel, I was able to use the STI outside here, and I did not use the climate control settings from the STI, frankly, because I don't think this car can support the climate control, because it has manual levers to control which vents open and essentially what if it's set to warm or cold here, and that doesn't really make the climate control module work, but I will do some research to see if I can actually make any use of this. If not, I'll throw it back up on the forums. And so again, we've got the Forester XT steering wheel maintaining the center airbag. I've got my bezel and my aftermarket gauges back there. The interior center console is now from a 2007 STI. I've got my STI seats in here, at least one of them for now. And yeah, we will keep on building this thing. It's getting closer. Take it easy, easy on cars.